It's dusty. It's fiery. We're back, everybody. It's Dustfire Media. We're so excited to be here. And I'm here with our incredible improv cast. Let's do a little roll call, shall we? Players, when I call your name, please say something out of pocket. There's no explanation needed. There's,
I feel it's like too dangerous.
It is dangerous.
Oh,
it is dangerous.
Stepping into dangerous.
Very bad at that sort
Steve,
of thing.
I think you're asking a lot for about
Yeah,
three
guys,
of us in
I just
here.
want something safe for work, out of pocket. Just make it happen. Make the
There's a
magic.
fine line there that we have to ride.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, let me lower the bar. You could say just something kind of random, and that'll be kind of your way of saying that you're here. How's that? Does that feel less pressurized?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, I got a sure. I'll take
Sure,
it. You can roll
yeah.
with that. Well, firstly, I am your aspirationally humble GM, Steve Durgan, but I am not the aspirant. I'll leave that up to our airbending sensation from the Fire Nation, Akifumi Yako, played by the one and only Nikki Bond.
Hi. I would say that every month is Halloween. I have a Halloween cup that I take all the time, everywhere.
Thank you, Nikki. Welcome. And second, but second to none, and his waterbender has a second name while he only has one, it's Gus, playing a Muxur, the Adamant. I'm convinced Gus does not have a last name.
No, it's just like Madonna or Beyonce or Cher or Prince or
Wow.
Bon Iver.
You were
I'm
so
counting
ready.
That is one.
These are the other stuff that you're looking at right now.
My out-of-pocket thing will be a fun fact that the same amount of pressure it takes to cut a cardboard box is what you need to cut a man.
Oh.
Okay,
thank
then.
you.
I will record that for writing notes.
Yes, you're inspiring us all, Gus. And third, she's seeking stability after fleeing the circus, but somehow this face-painting earthbender is still adrift. It's Will Jinky starring as Lynn Encloth.
Because I have to ask a question of all of you. In the wise words, Lady Gaga, show me your teeth. Because here's the thing, right? They sell for a lot on the black market. And if between me and you, I have student loan debt to repay. So if you could show me your teeth so I know if it's worth it to take the pliers out, let me know. Because I'm not going to waste the time on bad teeth or veneers, frankly. I'm not wasting time on veneers either.
You heard us,
I'll be
Twitch.
telling my
Please
roommate
send
we
all
need a
teeth.
security system.
I have a P.O. box. If y'all, listen, if you lose some teeth the next couple of days, and you're like, wow, I can't turn this into a necklace fast enough, DM me. I can give you something to do with them.
It's Will's Tooth Fairy era.
Beyond.
It had to happen at some point, right?
The idea of you checking your P.O. box and there being human teeth in it would be so funny to see happen.
It's not illegal. I've bought them on the internet before.
It's not
It's
illegal.
not like
Show me where in the law
I'm
it says
learning
it's
so
illegal
much
to
about
own
my
teeth.
players. They're almost as new to me as they are to you, my listeners. And last, his character has great aim, but when it comes to the rules, he's not a straight arrow. It's Danny Wickman, playing Jing Min as the Prodigy.
I was prescribed clonidine for my Tourette's, and it's unabusable.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you for that very clear confirmation that you were never at any point considering abusing it.
No,
So,
never.
Thank you.
I never said that.
Right.
You couldn't in the
snaps.
first place. You can't.
You couldn't. So it was never
Just for
considered.
blood pressure.
Well, welcome to our show. I've got good news and good news. Let's see. Nikki, which would you like to hear first?
I think I'll take good news number 2.
Okay, good news number 2 is, I did number them in my notes. So good news number 2 is that somehow I have a microphone tonight. I did not expect to, because my luggage was lost on the way back from U.S. to Spain. It arrived tonight. I was so grateful.
Oh, wow.
And it's 3 a.m. my time now on Wednesday, actually. So it arrived a couple hours ago, and wow, what great timing. So I do have a microphone tonight for our second episode. So relieved.
Oh my gosh.
That's some of the good news 2.0. Good news 1.0, which one might say is even more juicy, is that we have a name for our show. Avatar Legends, The Relics of the New Republic.
Oh,
I'm so glad I got an ooh response. Oh, you guys.
that.
So this, I'm just telling my players the name of our show. They did not know this. So thank you. That's very affirming. It only took one episode to figure out. I argued with Justin. We wrestled off the bridge of Khazad-dûm. We fell for a long time. Eventually, we ended up on top of a snowy mountain. Don't ask me how. In the end, this is the name that came of it. Yes, yes. So there's the good news and the good news. Without further ado, how about a little recap? Nothing happened of import last time, right?
No, nothing at all. The kids didn't get kidnapped or anything.
No,
What
no,
kids?
no. Everything's fine.
We're fine.
We're
Kidnapping's
fine.
pretty normal, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, last time on, yes, Relics of the New Republic, though it wasn't called that at the time, our 4 young heroes woke up in the medical ward in Republic City, having received care for some burns from a battle with the Red Lotus in City Hall the night before. Upon leaving, they encountered a street urchin named Benny, who deals in information and tipped them off that someone by the name of Hishang Ling had been running his mouth about putting his eyes on the missing staff of Avatar Aang at a collector's private showing of rarities and curiosities. Having learned that Hishang Ling was a well-to-do trust fund kid with the drinking problem, Lin Encloth and Amuksur figured they would see what they could dig up at some expensive bars. Money plus alcohol. It's a brilliant equation. And while Amuk ordered only a water, they paid quite a price for their visit. Did they not, Gus? So they seem to have upset the owner of the Woozy Crown, as well as some enormous thugs who were familiar with the name Hishang Ling. The two narrowly escaped, with Lin in possession of a soggy napkin, with the possible location of the next rumored showing. Hope you're excited about that, Will. That soggy
I'm
napkin is
excited
worth
that it
everything.
We've
And while Jing Min and Akifumi Yako took a more traditional route, searching the city archives for records of relic and art showings and finding nothing of import, they ended up in even worse trouble in short order, finding their way to the entrance of another bougie bar, where things escalated very quickly, resulting in a swift and severe reaction from security, I guess? Angry people with muscles. That is the important thing. And the camera opens tonight on Jing Min and Fumi's limp forms. Eyes closed, backs slumped against an alley wall. What's that, Danny?
He killed us.
No, I promise I didn't. You are alive. If you zoom in a little bit, you see signs of breathing.
thank God.
But they are slumped against an alley wall and some wet cardboard. It's raining a bit now. And as the rain falls a little heavier, their eyes begin to flutter open. Fumi, a tiny familiar face comes into focus before you. Tangled locks of black hair and a dark complexion. You girls look like crap. It's Benny.
Oh, Benny.
What happened?
That's what I was going to ask you. Jing Min, as you come to, you quickly realize that something is missing on your person. You instinctively pat your body and realize the money is gone, but thankfully your bow is not. Jing Min established last time that she was pretty loaded after robbing her parents blind, so
Oh, no.
unfortunate circumstances today, Jing Min.
Great. They robbed me.
So what happened? I saw you got deposited here by the Red Monsoon?
The
Red Monsoon.
Red Monsoon?
One of the triads in Republic City? A bunch of bad waterbenders? What did you do?
No.
Oh, we were just trying to find our friends.
Okay.
Akifumi kind of looks at Jing Min.
Well, I mean, someone's talking to me like that. I'm gonna match their energy, you know?
I do not recommend matching the energy of the Red Monsoon. Where were you?
It's like some sort of bar.
Oh, no. That entire row is owned by the Red Monsoon. The Woozy Crown, the Tipsy Jug, the lopsided container of liquid.
Is that a name of art?
I think I remember that one. I think that's the one we were at.
The lopsided container of liquid. All right. Benny, so what you're saying is that if we go back there, some Red Monsoon thugs are going to be there as well?
Well, yeah, they run the place. So I don't
All right.
recommend messing around unless you know what you're doing.
Jing
What, did
Min
you pull a
straps
bow
up
on
her
them or
bow.
something?
Jing Min straps up her bow and begins walking back towards that row of bars.
Oh, no.
Akifumi tries to grab her arm.
Man, we can't go over there.
Fumi, they robbed me. That's all my money.
Yeah, but I don't think we stand a chance against them with just the two of us.
I'm
Not all
working
of
on
them.
a plan.
We
I'm working on a plan, and it'll be fully developed by the time I get there.
maybe if we were to lure them somewhere.
Like into like a pit full of spikes and like flaming things.
Where would you find a pig?
I don't know.
Nikki,
You guys
I'd
beg.
like for you to roll Guide and Comfort. This sounds more like the guide side of Guide and Comfort. And I'd just love to see how that helps or doesn't help this interaction.
Okay.
Rolling dice.
So it's a +1. So I have an 8.
An 8. Okay. And do you have Guide and Comfort text in front of you, Nikki, that you could read for us? I think this is the first time we're hearing this move on the show.
Yeah. When you try to honestly guide and comfort another person, roll with harmony. On a hit, they choose 1. They embrace your guidance and comfort. They may clear a condition or 2 fatigue, and you may ask 1 question. They must answer honestly. Or they shut you down. They inflict a condition on you, and you shift their balance in response. And then on a +10, if they embrace it, you may also shift their balance.
Excellent.
But I do not have a +10.
I know, but you did get a hit. So which one are we choosing?
Before I answer that, can I ask a question of Mr. Durgan?
You may.
So did Fumi and Min mark any fatigue in this kerfuffle they were just in? Or
Ooh, that's
are
a
you all
great
fatigueless?
question. You know, I'm
I
going to
already
say...
know what I'm going to answer. I'm not going to change my answer depending on what you say.
Sure,
but I just
yeah. I'm going to
thought it
say
should be-
each of you should mark 1 fatigue.
All right.
It's just the old doozy get hit on the back of the head type of fatigue. You know?
Of
The
a
you just woke
douchey,
up in an
eh?
alley sort of fatigue.
Yep. Makes sense.
Right.
Rough day.
And Min will say, all right, you're right. Let's get the others and go back. I can't let this slide. That's my money. And Min will accept the guidance.
I love it. Ooh, success, Fumi.
Yay.
Fumi,
So-
may ask me a question now.
Yeah, you may.
I'm curious how important that money is to you.
I mean, it's all I had. I stole it from my parents.
So it's like a comfort almost?
Why would I need comfort?
Okay, well...
I chose to run away. I don't need comfort for anything. I just want my money.
I I get it. I mean, I chose that too, but you still sometimes need comfort.
Let's go find the others.
Okay.
I did find something out in the last few hours. Guys.
Yeah, what'd you find?
Jing Min doesn't even turn around. Jing Min just
I'm
stops. and goes,
figuring that, so I'm thinking Benny just starts tailing yelling, having to pick up the pace, and just like, so it's not much, because, there wasn't much time yet, but the librarian, that's what this collector goes by, the librarian.
The librarian? Where'd you hear that?
I can't tell you where I hear things. That would ruin the operation.
Can you at least tell us where to go to find more info about this librarian?
I can. That would cost more, though. This is a
I
business.
have no money.
Oh, I know. I tried to pickpocket you when I got to you. But I'm being honest, and there was no money there already. So.
We did pay you extra before.
I wouldn't say it was extra. Nikki, I'd like for you to roll. Let's see, is this NPC sympathetic? Sympathetic enough. Let's roll plead.
All right. Need
Roll. It's right off the
another
bat.
harmony.
Mhm.
So I got a 9.
A 9. Oof. This is our first plead as well. Nikki, can you read the plead text for us?
When you plead with an NPC who cares what you think for help, support, or action, roll of harmony. On a 7 to 9, they need something more. Evidence that this is the right course, guidance in making the right choices, or resources to aid them before they act. The GM tells you what they need.
So this was a 9 in that lovely 7 to 9 range.
Mm-hmm.
I think Benny looks up contemplatively at the rain and says, "You did pay a lot last time, but I still don't think I can help you very much. I'll do my best to scrap more up. I don't have anything now. Let's just say the price is reduced next time I deliver.
Okay, that'll work. Thank you.
Consider the librarian a freebie."
All right. That sounds good. Now we just need to find our friends.
All right. Be safe out there, especially you. And then he points at Jing Min.
Jing Min just giving him the stink eye.
We will be.
Okay. Good luck. Be safe. And Benny disappears in short order. It's actually
Right,
quite
Jing-
impressive. Now, the size definitely helps, but this kid has skills, you surmise.
Jing Min yanks Fumi's arm and just starts stomping away.
That's a great place to cut. Amuk, Lin, you narrowly escaped the woozy crown last time. Where have you been? Where did you hole up for the last hour and a half or so?
As far away as possible, frankly.
I'm just now realizing we never established where we should all meet back up if once we got done finding things.
I will not be a stickler about retconning the basics of planning. I don't want to make you feel like an obsessive pressure to be like, wait, before we split up, let's all make sure that we know that at 4 p.m. on Tuesday, we meet at the Woozy Crown. So no worries if you just want to say, okay, let's go to the rendezvous point that we had agreed upon, wink, wink.
Yeah,
Wait,
let's go there.
Perfect. Yeah. We went back to the rendezvous point and waited for an hour and a half for our younglings.
Even
the
the
rendezvous
younger
point-
younglings.
Can the rendezvous point be a cat cafe?
It can, Danny, because I was just going to ask someone for a little flavor text on what to picture here. What is this rendezvous point? So Danny, what is this cat cafe like?
It's an owl cat cafe.
Yeah.
And it's just constant. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And we like to meet there because it's really not popular because the ooh just is constant and it really messes with people, man.
It sounds so terrible. What a bad business model.
But it's great because we can talk under the hooting from the owls.
Yes, the
That's-
hooting provides cover.
Some built-in stealth.
Yeah. We get a +1 to our trick rolls.
For that
There's anyone to
alone, I
trick.
agree with that where we should go.
Make sure you trick somebody in here.
Is that me taking too much liberties, Steve? Can I?
Oh, I mean, I won't give you a bonus to trick rolls in the hooting cafe, but we can use the fiction to cover some conversation if you like.
And the cafe is called Hooters.
Oh, okay, I will not.
Oh.
I won't.
Okay.
I will not shut that down, but I will shut down more heinous things if you try them.
Okay, I won't. That's the most heinous. Uh-oh. It just came to me. It just literally just came to me.
The more heinous things are coming now to you, so let's hold off on those. So this is a cat cafe. Why, Danny? I just need to ask
It's an owl cat cafe.
Owl cat. So these are owl cats that are hooting.
Yeah,
Do they meow as well, or do they only hoot?
they just hoot.
Okay, man. Sometimes
they have the head of an
Avatar
owl.
animals just disappoint, don't they?
In the body of a cat. Aren't there owl cats in the Avatar universe already? Let me see.
I think so. One of our viewers or listeners can fact check if they like.
Yeah, cat owls.
Cat owls. Owl cat, cat owls.
I said
Just
owl
to
cat.
establish for
because-
everyone, Lynn is terrified of owl cats.
Good to know. Maybe choose a different rendezvous point next time. So the two of you, you go and you wait at this, to Lynn, obnoxious and horrible place. I'm not sure how you feel about it, Amuk. But eventually Jing Min and Fumi come into view, quite wet from the rain. You're together again. Safe for now.
Jing Min just grabs an owl cat and just starts drying herself off with it. Tosses it.
Lynn looks on in horror for
Just-
a variety of reasons.
Amuk just puts a hand above and covers Lynn's eyes. Just like, you don't need to look at that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
What happened to you guys?
We got knocked out separately and held at a bar. What happened to you two?
We got knocked out too.
Yeah, that happened.
Where did you go?
Well, Tinson didn't want to tell us anything. The records didn't work, so we tried to come find you guys. And we got knocked out by one of the guards at the bar. And they stole all of Min's money.
Amuk just puts his head in his hands, like,
So we had
What
a good
bar?
day.
Compared to
We
us,
had a great day.
you two had a better day. Yeah. I want to get my money back.
what bar?
That was the crooked container of liquid.
Oh, we passed by that one.
Yeah, apparently, there's a triad there that runs it.
Yeah, the Red Monsoon. Maroon 5.
Oh,
The Red Monsoon, a.k.a. Maroon 5, apparently.
The Red Monsoon is now cast by Maroon 5.
I may
isn't
lean
that
into
the
that.
gang run by Adam Levone?
Yes. Adam the phone.
I hate his tattoos. That's an aside, though.
He's
Wait.
like,
I have a napkin. Hold on. Let's gonna produce the napkin, having remembered this important story beat. And put the really soggy napkin on the table, and just, I got this.
Shingman's
Alright,
just
let
looking at the
me-
napkin from afar, just like,
Hold on. Let me do what I said I was gonna do. Just try to bend the water out of the napkin to dry it up.
It's so useful you have that skill.
Yeah, it makes laundry a lot easier sometimes.
I'm going to your house next laundry day.
Without much effort, you are able to pull the moisture out of this once soggy napkin. As soggy napkins tend to do, it still bears the resemblance of a soggy napkin, just in dry form. It'll never be truly unsogged in terms of
I
the
hate
shape.
that so much. I know I hate it too. It's a thing.
It's never the same.
But Amuk, you carefully unfold this napkin that Lynn snatched away from the Woozy Crown bar. And you see a message written. And it reads, "Where the nameless mask the truth and walk the line in dire straits, right beneath the painted grin, the door to riches rare awaits." And
As
for
I
reference,
finish-
I will put this in the chat for y'all.
Okay. I read it out loud to the party, and I'm just like, I'm not good with riddles. I hope you guys are good at this. Just put the napkin down in front of everyone.
I mean, painted grin is kind of like your face paint thing, right?
Yeah, I don't know if that's the most useful right now, though, right? We could do it.
I think I might be able to think a lot more clearly about this riddle if I had all the money I stole from my parents.
You know, that would do it.
I love that Lynn is just supporting this.
Jing Min was our bank, so I get it.
Yeah. I was thinking that maybe we could lure out whoever has the money now and just attack one person instead of all of them.
I had a plan that was kind of along the lines of that.
Amuk, at this point, something does jog your memory. From your two-some years in Republic City, particularly spending time in, let's say, more obscure underground spaces as part of the Equalist movement, you actually remember that the Painted Grin was once a restaurant, now defunct and abandoned. Do with that what you will.
Tell the group immediately. There used to be an old restaurant with the name The Painted Grin. They made amazing fireflakes.
Ooh.
So it's one of those riddles where the entire first half of the sentence is completely useless. Unless it's not. I might be speaking too soon. I don't know.
Well,
Um,
I don't know either.
yeah, I would think
Something-
we would have to go over there to see.
Where is this
the
restaurant?
lion-
Coincidentally, it is just on the other side of the bar row where you had everything stolen. We might have enough time to get your money back.
I mean, let's go.
All right.
What
Okay.
are we thinking first? Is the money en route, or is this something you try after paying a visit to the Painted Grin, y'all?
I'd rather get the money first. Danny doesn't care. Jing Min would rather get the money first. Rare riches rare. So this is probably the door to the little collectors thing.
It's probably underneath the restaurant, I think.
Yeah. They're having a little underground auction or something, whatever is going on there. It might be good to have money in that situation. I don't know.
We could.
That's a good point.
To the money. I I feel like Amok would have like, okay, you're my lodestar.
What's a lodestar?
You just listen when I really need to talk about something, and you don't judge me because you don't have any experience in the world yet. It's really nice.
You don't judge me because you're a 12-year-old.
Sometimes you need someone to talk to, you know?
Even if it's just talking at, you're the only one that lets me talk at you sometimes, Jing Min. Everyone else just doesn't want to listen.
It's okay. I grew up being talked at my entire life, so I'm used to it.
I think that's why this works.
There you go. All right. Let's get the money.
The four of you set off in search of Jing Min's stolen money. After not too long, I think I've heard two names for it. One from me and one from y'all.
Yeah, you think you said the lopsided container?
Canonically, it's the lopsided container of
liquid.
Of liquid, because I want a dad hat that says
Yes.
the lopsided container of liquid.
Documented. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So the lopsided container of liquids comes into view. The rain is pouring now. And the only other thing to set the scene is just occasional steam wafting up from sewer grates in front of the building. And of course, the faint glow of a lit cigarette on the stoop in front of the building. It's hard to tell through all the rain, Fumi, but you wonder if this is the same doorman who was there hours earlier. What is your approach?
Just go
Definitely
loud. Just
keeping
no,
back.
Yeah.
Oh no.
just gonna go
The
in
opposite.
hard. It's raining.
Initially, like as we're approaching it, does Jing Min recognize any of the men in or around the bar? I don't know how far she can see into the bar as the man that knocked her out, because she's instantly thinking that that's the guy that robbed her.
You have keen eyes, Jing Min, but you can really only make out that this seems to be the same figure, about the same build, who you initially interacted with at the door last time. In other words, the person who panicked after you pulled your bow and went inside to retrieve said muscle.
I want to talk to that guy.
To him?
Yeah, I want to talk to him.
What if he sees us and like calls the guards again?
Oh wait, what if we bring him here? I like to think we're like watching from like around an alley or something.
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
Let's get him back here, and I'll talk to him here.
At about this time, serendipitously, several hooded figures also approach the building and ascended the steps. One of them, after stepping just under the awning, whisks a hand, and all of the water droplets leave their bodies, and they step in dry.
Wait, I kind of want to talk
Show
to them
offs?
now.
Steve, would I have more understanding of the Red Monsoon as an underground, like knowing like, yeah, this is clearly a Red Monsoon bar?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
You would also be able to confirm. Perhaps it was an oversight in your initial haste to get information that you went into another Red Monsoon-owned bar. But you are for sure aware this is a hub of the Red Monsoon.
I just look at Jing and just, okay, we may have made a mistake. This is a triad bar, but it's specifically the Red Monsoon. These are not people we want to mess with. How much money did you lose?
About 5 handfuls.
That's a
Heaping.
good system of math. I might have to start using that.
5 heaping handfuls. If you guys
Oh,
want to
heaping.
leave, you can leave, but I'm getting my money back.
And put a hand on Jing Min. It's not what I said. We just need to be careful. These people don't forget an enemy. It's probably best if we're not seen.
I'm hearing a guide and comfort there, Gus. Let's see a roll with harmony.
Jing Min is being so guided and comforted.
Comes with being 12, I guess.
12 and powerful. What a strange combination.
Oh boy, harmony is the one thing I don't want to roll. That's the adamant, apparently. So it's a 5 unmodified, 4 after my -1 to harmony.
All right. Well. They, they don't choose one of the options because it's not a hit. So I guess you can just lean into the fiction, Danny. What does Jing Min do?
What? So Amok said, he said, I wasn't saying we have to leave. I was saying we need to be careful. They don't remember enemies. We need to hide our faces. Jing Min will say, we don't have time for this. And we'll start stomping across the street and walk up to the doorman.
Because of the rain and seeing Jing Min be impetuous, could I send a water ball to the doorman's guy to try to knock him out to keep him from getting in trouble?
Absolutely, you can, Amuk. There's no roll needed.
I'm so sorry.
Well, I'm picturing some distance from the place where you were initially discussing this. So actually, let's do a rely on your skills and training. It's a precise shot, but I imagine this is well within your abilities as a waterbender.
Defending my lodestar.
Yeah.
I'd say passion,
Lodestone.
maybe.
Well, rely on your skills and training has a built-in mechanic.
Wait, what is the defending your lodestar?
It's a 7.
Okay. Well. Let me pull up my basics here. How did I miss that on the first pass? Here we are. And you said 7, Gus?
Correct.
Okay. So you do it imperfectly. The GM tells you how this might lead to unexpected consequences. Gus, you send your water ball in a perfect line at a perfect height. And it seems to just take out the cigarette right before it collapses on the guy's face. He is knocked backwards, but he is knocked backwards through the saloon doors.
Oh, no.
You have secured Jing Min's dramatic entrance.
No, there's an open door. Okay. Jing Min will walk in the door and stand on the guard's body, standing up on it. And he'll say, I want to know who took my money, and I want to know now.
For my name is Jing Min, and I will be...
She's so tiny. She's so small. Standing up on this guard's body, she's still so tiny.
It adds just a few inches of height, but
Yeah. She's probably 30 heaping handfuls of money tall.
sounds about right.
Hello Kitty being 3 apples tall, right?
Yeah. Is that how they
Okay,
measure
great.
Hello Kitty?
Yeah. She's an icon for a reason.
Oh, that's terrifying. I didn't realize Hello Kitty was that small.
That's
I don't know what's
terrifying.
worse, if Hello Kitty's 5 foot tall or 3 apples high. Sorry.
Jing Min, there are looks of true shock through this room. People look up from their food, from their drinks, and everyone's sort of eyes the body that is on the floor and then moves back to you. And a moment later, several people descend on you.
Like from the sky?
Nope. It's just how you perceive things given your height.
Oh, yeah.
They're just adults walking over to you, and but it really feels like a descent from where you stand.
Which one you took my
friends,
money?
Through the door, you do see Jing Min quickly just enveloped. People are standing all around her. She's no longer in sight through the doorway. You would have to go into the bar to see more of what's happening.
Oh boy.
So are we all running in after Jing Min?
Yeah.
How about we walk in? How does walk in sound?
Walk in?
Yeah, like we're not here to get kicked out again.
Oh. You know,
Smart.
yeah, let's pretend like we don't know her. I like that idea.
Great.
We can at least try to get some advantage in our angles, I guess. Just
Yeah,
coolly strolling.
Yep.
Just,
Well, for me,
anyone.
Well,
What
Phoebe
a
is walking with
kerfuffle.
them. She is preparing
This is-
preparing to airbend just in case she has to protect the 12-year-old.
As they're walking in and Jingmin is surrounded, she just keeps saying like, I just want to know which one he took my money. And as she's saying that, she's eyeing the adults around her. Is she getting, I guess she wants to really be observant and see like if she's getting any kind of reaction or see if she recognizes any of them as one of the guys who knocked her out the previous visit here.
Danny, do you think you're doing one of your mastery techniques?
I have breaking and sensing.
Senses.
I was looking at more wanting to assess a situation. But
Okay.
I would say sensing might be one of my mastery techniques.
Can you read that for me if there's any text for it?
For the mastery technique?
For sensing.
Yeah, so it would actually only apply if I had any negative statuses or conditions giving me a penalty.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Then I will have you roll assess the situation.
okay. So, since I'm rolling assess situation, I have a prodigy move called Wait and Listen.
Hmm.
So it says when you assess the situation while taking the time to use your extraordinary skills to absorb hidden or deep information, mark 1 fatigue and roll with focus instead of creativity and become prepared.
Okay. Let's see it.
So I'm marking that fatigue and I'm going to roll with focus. All right. That is a 8 plus 2 for a 10.
Ooh, we have a 10. The magic of things happens at 10 plus, does it not?
Yes, you should.
Well, on a 10 plus, you get to ask 2 of the following questions and take +1 ongoing when acting on the answers, Danny. Now, you can ask, what here can I use to, blah, blah, blah. Who or what is the biggest threat? What should I be on the lookout for? What's my best way out, in, or through? Or who or what is in the greatest danger? I'll also allow you to do variations on those questions.
So initially, I want to ask who is the biggest threat, and I want to. Basically, what I'm wondering is Boss Man here right now, or at least Boss Man in this given situation.
Interesting. Well, Jing Min, I'll answer that question, and then if you like, you can ask your second question. How's that sound?
Oh, I get 2 of those. Yes.
You do get 2. Do you want to ask both now, or do you want to do sequential?
I'll hear your answer first.
Okay. So everyone has moved forward almost instinctively to surround you, put hands on you. You're continuing to speak your piece to them.
Yeah.
None of them has spoken up yet until this moment. Someone's standing right in front of you in this now mob, looking down at you. A woman with cascading blue hair and piercing amber eyes. She has a cool voice. Child, I don't know who took your money, but if that's all they did, it was a mercy. Are you here to do anything except to give up your life?
Does that mean you're going to kill us? Is that what you're getting at there?
If necessary, child.
Jing
Min, without question, you surmise that this person has at least some authority. No one blinked or flinched at all when she decided to speak on behalf of the entire room. Would you like to ask your second question?
Yes, I think so. What here can I use to give my companions an opening?
Oof. An opening, you say, Danny Wickman. What pops into your mind, Jing Min, is a significant distraction of any kind. And as for that, you have already drawn the attention and the ire, perhaps, of most of the room. Some of them have their backs facing the door.
Beautiful.
You could add to that if you like. But you surmise that if your friends need an opening, they may already have one.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I will allow you to take a +1 ongoing to any efforts in this direction.
To any opening? Okay. Jingmin will say, so what you're telling me is you don't know who took my money.
I am trying to decide how valuable your life is, child.
Look, miss, I'm being nice here. I asked you nicely the first time. All right? I might start not asking nicely. I just want my money back.
Roll an intimidate for me,
Okay.
Danny. And if you want to count this towards an opening, you may. If you want to use a +1 on this.
Sure.
+1 ongoing.
Yeah. Yeah, because I get that from my 10 plus.
You do.
Yes, I will do that. I will also unmark prepared to give myself a +1 on this.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so intimidate, I'm rolling with passion.
And Danny, try to stay a little closer to your mic.
Oh, I'm sorry. So passion's a +1, so it'll be a +3 total.
Very nice.
I'm gonna intimidate this scary woman.
12-year-old
No.
girl.
Oh wait. Okay. That's a 7.
Okay. When you intimidate an NPC into backing off or giving in, roll with passion. On a hit, choose 1. All right, Danny, choose 1. They run to escape or get back up.
Oh no, they choose one.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I have to choose one.
You
sorry.
choose one.
You're correct.
Sorry.
You're correct. Yes. So I have to choose here between that, backing down but keeping watch, giving in with a few stipulations, or attacking but off balance. Oh. The woman with amber eyes contemplates you for a moment, Jing Min, and then raises a hand. For the time being, everyone releases you, and she smirks. I do think you have answered my question, little one. You have potential as a recruit. Do you waterbend? And do answer my question before you ask more of yours. My patience has already been tried.
No, the only thing I bend is bowstrings, Buster.
Buster is over there by the gaming tables.
Did Buster take my money? And she starts giving Buster a maddest stink eye.
Let's see. She looks over at Buster, eyeing him, kind of raises an eyebrow, tilts her head. And Buster guiltily nods.
Buster.
A demonstration, little one, with your bow. The hall is clear this way. She gestures, swinging her arm broadly towards a target. It's made for darts, not for arrows. At the very far end of the bar, towards the back of the restaurant.
Jing
If
Min-
you
Sorry.
impress me, we will return your things.
Jing Min sort of shrugs and pulls out an arrow and knocks it.
I'm waiting.
You said Buster's playing cards?
He was at a gaming table.
Yeah, so I imagine he's playing cards.
But yeah, sure.
All right.
He's no longer in his game, per se. He's very much looking at you. You've done quite a good job commanding the attention in the room.
All right.
But he is still holding cards opposite a player.
All right. Buster's wearing a baller cap, okay?
Okay, I accept.
Okay. Jingmin will, looking towards the dartboard, pull back the bow and aim at the dartboard. And at the last second, turn to Buster's baller cap and try to shoot it straight off.
I will have you rely on your skills and training, Jingmin.
Okay.
This is a prodigious move, but you are, after all, the prodigy.
I'm rolling with focus.
Why am I nervous?
That is 2 6s, my friends. That is 2 6s.
We avoid our first confirmed kill. Oh, thank God.
Shoot him straight in the eye.
No, it is
two
better. You are right.
sixes.
Well,
Oh,
it's better to
wow.
avoid your first kill. Wow. Danny, I would like for you to narrate the shot.
So Jingmin's still surrounded, right? So she saw Buster through like
You were permitted to step away from the cluster a little bit to line up
Yeah.
your shot.
But I like to think the clearing was between her and the dartboard, not between her and Buster.
Yes.
So as she turns and
Yes.
shoots, this arrow whizzes straight past several other people, and like probably even like tears at some of their clothing. And I think everyone mostly hears it first. It's like, and everyone's really confused when they don't see a arrow in the dartboard, and they just see a hatless Buster.
Buster is aghast. His bald head suddenly revealed.
My Buster bald.
Snatched.
His lip is just quivering, and he dashes, dropping his cards. And, thankfully, on the way to the bathroom, he has the presence of mind to slam on the bar to his right 5 heaping handfuls of cash. It's a lot of yuans. Jing Min, for a moment, the room is frozen. Heads turn. They have assessed the damage. And then everyone looks to the woman with blue hair and amber eyes, who begins to clap quietly. Moments later, Fumi, Amuk, Lin, as you've casually approached the entrance of this building, it erupts into applause.
Lynn's clapping. No question asked. Walking in, clapping.
No one notices you. They're quite occupied. You can clap your whole way in if you like.
Yeah.
Very impressive. What is your name, little one?
Jing Min, but you can call me Min.
Min. Fitting, given your size. Am I the first to make that comment? Be honest.
Oh.
Ah, I had hoped that I was original in this moment. Min, allow me to introduce myself. And now the GM looks at his list of names.
Just a reminder, this is an actual play.
Just a reminder, this is an actual play. We're actually playing it. I have no idea what's
actually
happening until it happens.
Her name is actually Palais, is what it sounds like to me.
Ooh, I like this name
Actually,
for her.
Palais.
Actually Palais.
Palais. That's too close to Palais, which is already a character in the canon.
Oh, yeah.
I will
yeah.
put the spelling in the chat. Min,
Kumadi.
my name is Kumadi. I'm the leader of the Red Monsoon.
Pleasure to meet you, Kumadi. And Lynn holds out her tiny little hand.
Kumadi takes your hand and adds a little bit of a bow. Min, you seem awfully young. Are you already involved in crime? Do you have a group?
I do find myself currently occupied, but I wouldn't say I want to turn down any future endeavors we might get into together.
I would be interested. But I'm not one to be kept waiting for long. I would like to give you a week. Your talents are promising. If you come to me within a week's time, and you are ready, I can train you in our ways. We'll see what a fit you are. As for the bow, I know that box is checked.
I look forward to working with you. Maybe.
She cocks her head. You are, after all, a very young child.
I'm 12 years old, yeah.
12. If I could have done that at 12, Min, I would be far more powerful than I am today. And that is saying something. And for some reason, Min, you feel a chill run through you. As if you're being threatened. You're not sure that you are.
And that's all going through Min's head. She's like, is she threatening me? Do I gotta shoot her?
Kumadi walks over to the cash that was set on the bar. Gently kind of combs it into a pile with her hands, and then brings it over to you and presses it into your chest gently. Did you need anything else, Min?
No, that's it. The arrow's on me. She points to the arrow that's lodged into the wall, holding the bottle cap up there.
I had hoped so. But Min, and I'm picturing this as she begins to turn back to her business, perhaps retreating into a back room. She looks over her shoulder. If you don't join us, any rapport here is lost. And if you come into one of my establishments again in this way, I will not be so merciful. And she walks.
Have a great rest of your day.
Oh, I love your character, Danny.
Jing Min turns to the rest of the group and just goes and just shrugs. And it starts walking out of the bar.
I'm feeling two things so hard right now as your GM, guys, which is, one, I feel for Fumi having to carry the burden of essentially steering Jing Min last episode all by her lonesome. Not that it worked better with all three of you. And number two, I'm so grateful for this unforeseen way of showing us all the prodigy in true form. What a great playbook.
Yeah, okay.
So everyone, you see Jing Min shrug with this pile of money in hand. Not much later after you've walked through the door to applause. What do you do?
Just immediately walk up to Qingming. Did you tell them your real name? Please tell me I didn't hear you say your real name to them.
No.
You're a terrible liar, you know that, right?
Painted grin?
Lynn's
Yeah, we
gonna
should-
approach and tap Amook on the shoulder and say, "Hey, I also gave her real name in the last place. If that makes it any better."
Oh, yeah.
Why?
You took Jing Min's name. You're like, I can't use my name. Whose name should I
Mook
use?
looks at Lynn. Oh, we're in so much trouble later. That's a problem for later.
Let's just get moving for now.
Not Lynn just actively
Painted grin it is.
incriminating the 12-year-old. But the 12-year-old incriminated
way
herself,
to-
so...
That's true. On the way to the painted grin, you contemplate the reputation of the name Jing Min, which has made quite a stir in not one, but two bars today. Thanks to Lynn and Clark.
Red Monsoon owned by.
Indeed. You find your way to the backside of these rows of restaurants and come up right to the edge of the harbor. The rain is still in full downpour. A storm is brewing. Waves tumultuously crash over the edge of the harbor, just in view, as you look up at a dilapidated building. Now you're still at a distance. You haven't approached or anything like that, so I won't put you in a position you don't want to be in. Because it's also very important that you notice filed outside of this building and winding all the way up a rusted old stairwell, the type that looks like it used to be used for emergencies or fires only. Filing up this is a whole line of figures standing and wearing masks.
Oh, wasn't that part of the napkin?
Oh.
Was the nameless mask the truth?
Are there any masks that are different, maybe? Let's go up and see.
Can we see what these masks look like? Are they something we could really quickly create with some face paint and some rocks?
I would not be opposed to that idea. Well, to Fumi's question, Fumi, can you roll assess the situation?
Sure. Oh gosh, of creativity. Oh. Well, I got a 7.
Hey.
Wait, my creativity is -1. Let me double check. Yeah, I got a 7.
Oh wait, real quick for the rest of the players. Let's not forget about the aid mechanic at any point.
Danny, please tell us what the aid mechanic is.
Oh, at any point, for most roles outside, I'm pretty sure outside of exchanges, you can spend a fatigue to aid a player and give them a +1 to their roll. So theoretically, if all three of us aided in a 7, then we can make it a 10. I don't think it's as necessary in Nikki's assess the situation.
Yes. And if I'm not mistaken, you can aid after the roll, correct?
Yeah,
Ian?
yes.
Yep. I believe that's
It
how we've
actually
been doing it
says-
for 2 years, so I hope that's true.
It actually does say after the roll on it. So
Excellent.
So
After the roll.
specifically after
It
the
makes
roll.
most sense, you know?
yeah.
And of course, you have to think of a fictionally appropriate way of aiding somebody in doing the thing they're doing. And so what was your number? What did you roll?
7.
A 7 for Fumi on Assess the Situation. You get to ask one question, and I will put them in the chat for reference. Or do you already have it pulled up?
I have it pulled up.
Excellent. What would you like to ask?
What should I be on the lookout for?
Ah, okay. You're able to get a peek, especially because these folks are talking. So they're turning to each other periodically, speaking in excited, hushed voices. You can sometimes hear the hiss of the sibilants, for the linguists in the room, carrying even across this distance through the rain. As people turn to each other in their masks, you're able to glimpse some of the design. Not everyone is wearing a totally unique mask, but some of them seem to be wearing the same. But they are all animals. The base of it seems to be a simple beige clay. And the face, the very exterior, has things that suggest perhaps a cat, a rhino, an elephant, and other animals along the stairwell. And just for a sense of scale, there's about 20-ish people lined up on the stairwell and just outside on the pavement with their umbrellas drawn.
Okay, so they all have animal masks. What?
Oh, that's great. Animal designs were really popular at the circus. I can totally try that.
Okay, yeah, I think they're like clay or something too.
Oh. So we'd have to like fire that in a kiln, I think. But we can get close. Are there Lynn's gonna find a decently sized rock.
Okay.
And try her best to split it into like 4 slices. And then shape those slices roughly to look like you could put it on a face.
An elegant solution, Lynn. There are large cobblestones beneath your feet. You could bend one of them right out of the ground and use that as the base for your masks. Now, note
Great.
that these stones are pretty obviously gray. They will look a little different than the masks that you're seeing lined up on the stairwell.
Okay, now what if someone traveled around with their face painting kit? Because you never know when the time to create is going to strike.
I mean, I'm absolutely happy to have you pull out your face painting kit. I mean, that was something that you even told us in character creation. So
Yeah. So Lynn's then gonna take out face paint and create animal masks for everybody. Lynn's going to be a cat owl because we must overcome our biggest fears somehow.
Yes.
And then Lynn looks at everyone else and says, "Anybody have requests? I love tigers and I love what were those flying monkey things called?" That's okay. Requests?
I'll take gone.
mind
I
gone.
guess I'll be an owl bear.
Great, love it. And Lynn makes one.
Great reference. We've got a cat owl. We've got an owl bear.
Could all be owls.
I'll take a platypus bear.
Platypus bear, easy peasy.
I want you to make me the most terrifying abomination of nature that you've ever seen in your life. Even if it has to come from the deepest depths of your imagination, I want you to put that on my face.
Lynn passes Jing Min the owl cat mask.
Oh, yeah!
And then creates a regular tiger for herself.
This is
That is
perfect.
so perfect.
This is perfect. And like
Whatever most terrifies Lynn, that's the bar.
every
So.
now and then,
And
every now and then Jingmin will
Boy, oh
pop
boy,
up
it's a
from
lot of
behind a
things.
mook and like scare Lynn. Like, boo!
it's not that good. It's not that realistic.
Why are you scared?
Don't. Lynn is scared, just so everyone's on the same page, but not scared enough to mark a condition, just scared enough to be a regular amount of scared.
Perfect. No mechanics needed there. That's great. So we've got Min in the cat owl mask, Fumi as the owl bear, Amuk as the platypus bear, and Lynn as a tiger, which may or may not
swell.
exist in the Avatar world, it being such a strangely singular, non-mixed animal.
Listen, she's not a great artist.
That's the
Maybe
the
Lynn just
unicorn
forgot
in
that
this
it's called a
world.
tigerdillo and shortened it to tiger.
Yeah, sure. We want to be really nice to Lynn.
I'm just messing. I did, after a heated debate with Johnny Button from the Flying Bison podcast, go and look up some Avatar lore and confirm that there are many normal animals
Birds,
in the world of
fish.
Avatar.
No.
We can still say it's just a bad tigerdillo.
Sure, yeah. You know, we kind of, shrug down the Dillo part, but yeah.
It's supposed to be the
Tiger.
back half, right? That's not in the mask.
Lowercase Dillo.
And Lynn, just so that I can picture this, are you painting the whole mask stone over initially to try to match the beige that you see on these other masks?
Yeah,
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
That wasn't an aid at all. Okay, just making
No.
sure. All right. I would love for you to roll at this point. This is definitely a rely on your skills and training, Lynn.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Ooh, roll with focus. Okay. That is going to be a 9.
Lovely. So I do have to, in some way, suggest that you do it imperfectly. Let's hold on to what those unexpected consequences
Oh,
might
no.
be. From the best that you can tell everybody, these masks look pretty suited to the task. Not a bad earthbender or painter, I must say, Lynn.
Lynn's very proud. Just we're all on the same page, just like beaming with pride and joy that we've contributed usefully to the group and not gotten tossed out of any more establishments.
Or join any triads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Hold on to that one.
Yeah. So you all have masks in hand. Do you do anything else before you approach, or I don't want to assume anything here.
Lynn's gonna make a little stone umbrella, so that they're not wet anymore. 'Cause being wet sucks.
A stone umbrella. I love that. Well, it has quite a lot of heft, but you do heft it, Lynn.
It's hefted all right. So we're all on the same page. Lynn's not doing this gracefully.
Yeah, any other thoughts on the approach? You've got your umbrellas, you've got your masks.
Standing
Yeah.
in line casually, like that. We're not outsiders at all.
Okay, that's the plan? Everyone's going
Yeah.
in line?
Yeah.
All right. I can see Gus's hesitation as he's calculating.
Thinking, I'm like running through the riddle. I'm like, do we have to wait in line? I don't think these. Oh, like we need to solve the riddle. Is that the password?
Walk the line in dire straits.
I mean, this is a line.
Cut the line?
The line in dire straits, right beneath the painted grin, the door to riches rare awaits.
Dire straits.
Can we tell where the line is? Is the line going down below the painted grin?
So the painted grin, the faded sign of this old establishment, is higher up on the side of this dilapidated-looking, perhaps warehouse feel type of building. And so the entrance that you're looking at, while it is elevated, is beneath the painted grin sign.
Yeah, I say we wait in line.
Is the line moving?
Not yet.
Oh.
The line is indeed totally still. You all approach. I think I've heard enough to suggest this, and
Yeah.
to have us have the chips fall where they may. You all approach, masks on, stone umbrellas out. I don't want to stretch that. Was there only one umbrella for you, Lynn, or did you make umbrellas for everybody?
There was just one for Lynn.
Okay, that's
This
fine.
was not a selfless
Lynn
act.
has a stone umbrella. And as you get in line, you can hear the conversations a bit more clearly. Whispers of hushed excitement about what treasures we'll put our eyes on today. And then someone in a frogadill mask, turns to you, Amuk. You're standing the first out of the four of you in line.
Mm-hmm.
This mask turns and looks at you, and the person behind it says, "What are you most excited to put your eyes on?"
Whatever it is that you want to purchase, I want it.
I'm sorry, you intend to purchase one of these treasures?
Yes.
Well, I thought I had spent money to come here. I'd love to see you talk them into that one.
What is it that you're hoping to see?
Well, I have a thing for... Well, no, I have a thing for almost everything, but... I'm particularly interested to see what Steve pulls up in his world-building details.
Is that the canon response?
Steve, who's Steve?
That's going to be our season 1
Did we
t-shirt.
look up?
Who's Steve? Who is Steve? Well, man, we need a lot of season 1 t-shirts for real. There's so much potential already. Yeah, this is one of the things as in my learning curve as a GM is learning my software here with Obsidian and being quicker with moving through my notes. So thank you all for your patience as I learn Justin's wonderful system.
It's so bad. When I GM, I have like 50 plus tabs open in 2 different browsers. It's the worst.
I feel like
Just
all
make
of that
stuff
with
up. You guys are
Riverside
great.
Worst.
is just not good.
Wow, I can't see anything that looks promising that would have this whole list that I made of wonderful artifacts and relics. So I'm just going to search the word relics.
Is it still raining as well?
It
While we're in
is.
line? Okay.
It is raining and storming, and the storm is intensifying overhead.
Lynn's gonna just bring just the 2 shorter people under the umbrella with her, just because these, it is made with like a clay face paint.
Oh, in that case, Amuk will waterbend a bubble around us.
Oh, there you go.
Ah.
So we're not getting wet anymore.
Rendering the umbrella useless.
Lynn just very a little frustrated, drops the umbrella and it just becomes one with the earth again. She's like, well, carry that for who
I
knows
thought it
how
was really
long.
cool, Lynn.
Sorry, Lynn. If you had said something, I would have done this sooner.
Well, I don't know how waterbending works. It's not up to me to tell you what to do.
Well, I appreciate that. I have to stay focused. But it's important we don't get wet. I don't know what. This guy's just staring off into space. I asked him a question, and he's just looking up at the clouds in pure ecstasy for some reason.
So after a very dreamy state seems to seize this person, he turns down back to you after looking up into the sky and getting his eyes wet.
That's quite a feat, just looking right into the
says,
drops.
Just water rolls out of his eyes.
Well, it may have just been a rumor, but I'm particularly excited to see the Phoenix King's crown. It's been a dream of mine for a long time, and it's honestly, if I can be candid, taken quite some investment to get to this point. I'm glad that the librarian is entrusting us with to be in his company.
Just kind of shoot a look at everyone. And were you at the other showing from a few nights ago as well? I heard a rumor that there was a staff there.
He blinks, still clearing water from his eyes, spacily. Ah, a waterbender. A lovely trick you've got there. Do you mind including me in your bubble?
Sure. Just extend a little bit. You just see a vein pop on Amuk's forehead, like, it's
Focusing on moving all this water.
It's fine.
And the person lowers their umbrella casually. Ah, these suckers. And then chuckles at the line full of people who have their umbrellas out. Thank you for that kindness. I was actually at the showing. It was delightful. Why do you ask?
Mm. Look at
Tugging at your pants, just like.
Just push Jing Min back with my hand, like, stop it. Me and my friends here missed that showing, and we just wanted to know if the rumors were true about the staff being shown.
Oh, I can say it was there.
Do you think
It
it's going to
looked
be
just like
here tonight?
what I imagined. What's that?
Do you think it's going to be here tonight?
Oh, that would be the crown jewel, would it not?
It
Perhaps
would.
something that rivals even the Phoenix crown. Or something that rivals even Sokka's lost space sword made out of a meteorite. Or perhaps even... Oh, sorry. I'm getting a little carried away.
It's okay. Last I heard, the mud from Toph's toes was going to be here too.
Oh, that is most exotic.
Lynn throws up a little bit. The thought.
In similar fashion, you all wonder if you see just a little bit of liquid come from behind the mask that is not rain. It may or may not be drool.
Ew.
I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy.
We just
What is...
ask
Never
him,
mind.
do you think you could help us if I help you skip this line till we get in faster?
Ooh. Gus, I would like to have you plead.
Ooh. Okay.
And we will see if this NPC is sympathetic to you or not.
Plead gets rolled under...
Harmony.
Harmony? Oh, God. No, not harmony.
You love harmony, don't you, Gus?
Ooh. Okay, could I comfort him into wanting to bring his guard down with us? It's still plead, but I'm like, I could be like, I don't know how I would do that because I don't hate you, which is when you guide and comfort someone in an awkward, understated, or idiosyncratic fashion. Roll with passion instead of harmony. If you mark insecure is already marked. It's more for me, I think.
Yeah, I hear your appeal, and I reject it. I am sorry, guys.
Okay, it's fine.
I do think that this is not a guiding comfort, but I plead.
No. Oh, okay. Oh, a 10 minus 1, 9.
Okay.
Because I have minus 1 harmony.
Before I act, I just wanted to check. Does anyone want to aid this in any way to bump it up to a 10?
I'll aid. Trying to think of a way that could work.
We flash him some cash.
Oh. Yeah, Lynn's gonna take out $1.
A heaping handful of you.
Not a whole heaping handful.
How about
not
half?
a whole heaping handful?
Lynn's not that rich.
We only have 5 of those.
How about like half of a slightly small handful? Can we? Okay. Lynn's gonna flash a little bit of money at him.
Ooh. So, for the helping action, when you take appropriate action to help a companion, mark 1 fatigue. Make sure you've marked that, Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
To give them a +1 to their roll after the roll. I'm going to have to circle up with my experts outside of this episode to see if I've done this right, because I'm questioning myself. Oh. Because there is going to be a complication here.
On a 10?
So why not mark the fatigue?
To get it to a 10, we'll still get the mechanical benefit of the 10. So let's see what happens on a 10 plus for pleading. When you plead with an NPC who cares what you think, for help, support, or action, roll harmony. On a 10 plus, they act now and do their best until the situation changes. The person in the mask looks down at you and laughs. And gestures at the pile of money. That's hilarious. Hilarious. You are a funny group. Great humor. The entertainment will not merely be the artifacts tonight. I am sure of it. Let's see. How could I get you ahead of this line? And what was it you offered me?
Money.
Oh, no,
Sponsor
no, you.
Your,
What's that, Amuk?
we'd sponsor your next viewing.
Well, that is quite generous. I'm not sure I have the savvy to get you to the front of the line. There's normally an order to things unless you know something I don't know. This is quite exciting. Do you know something I don't know?
Did you solve the riddle?
Are you referring to this? And this person pulls out a soggy napkin.
No. Plot
Oh.
twist of the century.
I won.
You won Avatar Legends.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's how you win Avatar Legends.
I'm missing. How did you win? How did you win the whole game, Will?
Because
Soggy napkin.
Lynn
I
found the
actually
soggy
did
napkin.
great lighting a soggy napkin. That was the objective.
You did a great thing. You did a great thing, Will.
Yeah.
We will see after 20 or so episodes if you have won Avatar Legends. I don't even know if it's winnable. It's not something I've thought about after playing it for 2 years.
I feel like we won.
Did we
I feel
win?
like
Did
we
we
won.
win, Danny?
That's
Steve?
what matters.
I consider
maybe
that
we
a
won.
win.
This man looks down at their own soggy napkin and says, I confess I didn't know what any of this meant, but I had talked to a few people and paid them money, and here I am. So But very clever of you. A lovely game, I'm sure it was, to play. What was the answer to the riddle?
That would be telling.
Oh, you are too good at this. I'm so lucky to be here. Perhaps I'll take a bit of a risk. I don't think I'm supposed to break form here. We do have a specific order. He flips over the back of the napkin. But, let's take a look.
Did we not look at the back of the soggy napkin?
And this man starts moving forward in the line past other people who all start turning to face. It's quite a sight, actually, with all these masks turning to look at one person suddenly. Also bringing you into view because they're coming from the back of what was the back of the line. And they try to sneak past people politely, making excuses. People just seem a bit surprised in their body language as they sort of step out of the way and try to make room. I'm wondering if perhaps their voice fades out as they kind of make it to the front of the to the line. And so you can no longer hear what it is they're saying. But as they get to the very front, a door opens with a large kind of screech drawn out, and a shadowy figure stands beyond the door. Leans forward so that you just glimpse their head a bit, wearing a gray bowler cap, and then reaches out a hand, gently pats the person on the shoulder, and they are ushered in to the building. They then pop their head back out and wave their hand at you to come. There's an eagerness to the movement of their beckoning.
I say we follow suit.
Yep, Lynn's
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, so is Fumi.
Okay. And
Jing
Danny
Min
is
said-
on a bio break,
said
but
yes.
I don't think we question whether Jing Min would rush forward into anything at this point.
Jing Min, under her breath, said, "I'm gonna shoot an arrow at that guy."
For no reason.
No, he looked at me funny.
They better not take my money, even though I offered it. Actually, Lynn offered it in this case. My bad. So yeah, you all step forward, drawing some looks from these other folks who have been in line.
Could I release the waterbending bubble to make it foggy so they don't look at us while we walk through?
Now, just to make sure that you have the scene in your head, there's a rusty, rickety stairwell. People will have to step aside to make room for you as you pass them. And you've been beckoned to pass all of them. And you're trying to shroud yourself in fog? Is that right?
Well, yeah, to not make it super obvious of our silhouettes and features, but not to be fully hidden.
That
It's just
clarifies
enough.
the goal.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
That helps
yeah.
a ton.
Wait, so I just got back. Who's
Yeah,
Jing
I
Min
mean-
supposed to be shooting right now?
That is always
No
the
one.
question. Is it
No one
not?
should. Okay.
So Danny, they've just the same person that you sent up the steps was welcomed in. The door was open, and they hastily kind of stuck their head out and beckoned with their hand for you to also join them at the top of the stair, and then disappeared into the
I
room.
heard all
And
that.
so all four of you are
Yeah.
now walking.
I keep my
up.
headphones on
Oh,
during
okay.
my bios.
Huh.
To stay immersed. I stay immersed mid-bio.
Wow. That is a truly noble commitment. Not anything that I require from the other players.
I
At this
highly
table,
suggest
but,
no one else touch
thank
my
you.
headphones.
Oh no! More than you wanted to learn about Danny? Join us next time to learn more about Danny.
When everyone gets inside, Lynn is going to just check everyone's masks, and a little frustratedly clench her fist and correct the paint. That is probably not totally pristine because of the water.
Okay. Now, Lynn, I'm going to give you an opportunity as you step through this door to hold off on that decision.
Oh.
We'll see if you change your mind.
Okay.
You step into the room. It's dimly lit. There is the person who ushered you in their gray bowler cap, their face still obscured by a little bit of shadow from under the cap and from the general darkness of the dimly lit room. And there is one other figure that is sitting on a stool under a spotlight, their face also obscured by darkness from the hat that they are wearing. And behind them, gently illuminated, are some shining treasures, artifacts, curiosities. You are very much in the heart of things. Does Lynn do some face paint touch-ups?
Ooh. Well, it's dark, right? I mean, let's not potentially draw any more attention to ourselves by shifting the way our masks look once we're already inside.
Okay.
Let's hold off on that.
Okay. You all step in, and you hear a voice on a PA system. It seems to be coming from the person sitting on the stool on stage. Welcome, honored guests. I'm so glad you're here to witness some of the librarian's collection. Please, take a seat. You notice that there are some strangely nice-looking chairs in this room. They do not at all match the general vibe of this dilapidated building. They were clearly brought in here. The chairs themselves look like they could sell for a tremendous sum. Very beautiful ornate woods, upholstered in a soft, velvety red fabric. And you see an array of chairs, each one like the others.
We're
What do you
taking one
do?
of those home with us.
I was thinking the same thing. My apartment has no furniture in it, so this could be great for all of us.
This could make the Owlcat Cafe look a little more
I
classy.
feel like the Owlcats will just tear them up, though.
Ooh,
Those things are
Yeah.
hostile.
they're not our chairs. Let's go sit down.
Can we, before we sit, can we see any of the relics and artifacts? Can
Sure.
you describe them to us?
Yes. So, Amuk, as you survey the room briefly, you see 3 pristine-looking objects. One seems to be itself like a golden chest with some other encrusted jewels. You know not what is inside it, but the thing itself looks beautiful. Perhaps it's not even important what's inside it. Perhaps what's inside it would necessarily be less valuable than the chest itself.
The friends we made along the way is what's inside the chest.
It's the friends we made along the way, Gus.
That's the one
this-
piece.
The second object is a boomerang.
Oh!
It actually looks quite modest. And the third object is an orb. It's a bit speckled. Looks like it's made of stone.
You can't hear it, but Lynn perked up very, very quickly.
Listen, you say stone, and I'm
Said
here.
stone
I-
orb.
It's stone and I'm here! Steve. Hey, hello,
Yes.
Steve. As we're
Hi. It's good to see you,
looking
Danny.
at the rarities and making our way to our seats, Jing Min would like to keep a keen ear out for any mention of the name Hishang Ling. Hishang Ling?
Hishang Ling.
Or any maybe
Mhm.
mention of someone that shows his demeanor of like drunkenness and it's Min's keeping an
Okay,
ear out
okay.
for any talk about that. Maybe if
Yes.
he's here.
Yeah, why don't you assess the situation,
All right.
Danny? You've been seeing at least the folks lined outside for a while.
I will once again use wait and listen to do my things. Drop my dice off the table. I'm a hot mess, guys. I have a bag.
You are the
a
hottest
bag
of
full of
messes,
them.
Danny.
It's okay.
It's okay. I totally missed my dice tower earlier.
Oh, your dice tower is so cool too.
I know.
All right, so that is an 8.
For those watching that
plus
have
2. That is
cameras.
a 10.
Oh, so good.
Nice.
I am
Nice.
rolling the rocks tonight.
Good. Rolling the rocks. All right. A 10. Well, Danny, you get to ask too. For those on Twitch, I love that whenever Danny looks back at his notes or his book, we get to see the hair bun or ponytail. I don't know how you refer to it. Is it a bun? Is it a ponytail?
It's up to interpretation for y'all. I want to
I'm
ask.
just gonna chant for the pony every time now. Pony.
No,
Pony.
please no. No,
Pony.
no, I'm
Pony.
shy. Stop
Pony.
it. What should I be on the lookout for? And what here? No. What should I be on the lookout for? And what here can I use? I'm just gonna ask what should I be on the lookout for first? Yeah.
Interesting. Huh. Do you want to use that in regards to your question about keeping an eye out for Hisheng Ling specifically?
Yeah, because
Or a
my
more
because my
broad
other
at
question
this
was
point,
gonna
Danny?
be, what here can I use to find Hisheng Ling?
Oh. Okay. So the first question is broader observation.
Yeah.
Okay. What should you be on the lookout for, Jing Min? I'm leaning into your special sensory kind of abilities as well as the prodigy as I think about this,
Yeah.
Jing Min.
I'm absorbing hidden or deep information with wait and listen.
Yeah. Jing Min, you get this intuitive sense that you are on the lookout for any subtle signals between the folks who are running this operation. So far, you've only observed 2 of them, one on the stage and one who ushered you in through the door. But the room is quite dark. It's actually rather large. There's a fair amount of seating in this place, surprisingly. So something tells you that you ought to pay attention
Okay.
for any sign that something is being communicated under the table, as it were. Young as you are not naive to the fact that subtlety would be essential to this type of operation.
All right.
You keep an eye out for that. And your second question is the same? You're keeping it?
Yeah. What did I say? I said, what here can I use to find Hisheng Ling?
Yep. You want to keep that? It's no worries. I'm not trying to pressure you out of it. Danny.
It sounds
I'm just
like you
making sure since
were. I'm all
all
spooked
good.
now.
No, don't be spooked. I'll give you an answer
Oh,
to
yeah,
your
that's
question.
good, that's good.
Okay, so, yeah, it's not a bad question, Danny. Yeah, so, Jing Min, you surmise that the only way to be sure that Hisheng Ling is here would be to get people to take off their masks. Either that or to wait and see if people reveal themselves in some other way.
Now, I wish that, like, before we came here, we found all the masks they were wearing beforehand and coated them in, like, fire flake dust.
I mean, they're made of clay, right?
Yeah. Could have made them out of fire flake dust. Man, it's all right. Next time.
That would be more of a push your luck type of roll, but yeah. Just make it out of fire flake dust.
If they're all made out of clay, I feel like Lynn could
Need
just
the fire flake dust in?
bend them off of everyone's faces.
Oh,
I could
What?
create a small
Okay.
little
Oh, that
Twister.
absolutely. Yeah.
Just as a little test, how many people are around us
So
wearing masks specifically?
I'm picture all of this unfolding pretty quickly now. So the four of you have stepped in with this stranger who somehow got you to the front of the line. You don't know what he said. And he just turns and he's like about to pick his chair, and he excitedly turns to you and says, "Oh, I can't believe it worked. I'm so grateful for your encouragement. They did tell me that I was breaking the rules, but they waved me in anyway." And then he sits down at the closest possible chair to the person sitting in the stool, and just as though straining to get out of their chairs, leaning forward to get a good look at those treasures.
So he sat down pretty close to someone knowledgeable, and he already broke a rule. So I'm going to go 2 for 2 on him. Is it possible that Lynn could bend his mask to the ground gently, right? Take it off of him just to see what happens. Someone's unmasked in here.
Oh, I love that question. Thank you. Yeah. Now, just to be clear, are you going for subtlety here, Lynn?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought so. I thought so. I just wanted to make sure, that this is your approach. You're doing a little gentle gesture type of a thing to get that mask down.
Like Lynn's having a conversation and moves a hand a little dramatically, perhaps.
Oh, okay.
And his mask comes off.
I think that because of the subtlety required and the stakes here, I'm going to have you push your luck for this delicate, targeted earthbend move.
BTL.
BTL. It's not praise the Lord, folks. It's push the luck.
Poke the lion.
That's a 4.
Oh, no.
Did you add your passion already?
Oh, I subtracted my
Oh
passion.
no!
No.
Wait, can I?
Can we assist with this?
Yeah, I mean, I know how I could assist, but that won't bump her up.
What were you thinking, Fumi?
I could use wind airbending to have a little gust of wind help knock it off.
Okay. So for this to
All
work,
three of us would have to.
all three of you would have to help. Because we need to push it from. It's a 4. Is that right?
I can take
5,
2
6
fatigue.
into the 7 to 9 zone is 3 helping actions. And that would require all of you to know what Lynn is trying to do. Which also sort of makes me think you'd have to see Lynn pretty obviously try this thing and have it not go well. Do you want to lean in, Jing Min, and have all three of you try to come up with a way to help?
I already
with
know
this
how
action?
I'm gonna help.
Have a convoluted way to help.
All right, let's go to Fumi first with some air.
Yeah, she notices what Lynn is doing when Lynn does some sort of gesture. Fumi responds with another gesture to have a small gust of wind go and just knock the mask slightly askew.
Excellent. Mark 1 fatigue for me, Fumi.
All right.
We'll now bump that roll up to a 5 for you, Lynn. Jing Min.
So Jing Min notices that happen, and she's like, she's thinking in her head, that's way too obvious. And she'll just let out an incredibly loud, "Oh my God!" to try to draw the attention of everyone in the room to her for a moment, to try to distract from it. And she's looking at one of the displays, and she'll say, "Oh, sorry, I'm deathly afraid of owl cats." She's looking at her because she's looking at her reflection in the display case.
So
just
Danny, you're
swapping
picturing the
identities.
objects in glass cases.
At least
is
one
that
of
right?
them, hopefully.
Oh no, it's
Yeah,
fine with
yeah.
me. They're all in glass cases now.
Yeah.
I like it.
You've added to the
Okay.
fiction. I love it.
Oh, we can't bend that stone out of here
no.
now.
Just break it through the glass.
We've trapped ourselves.
Just break it through the glass.
Excellent diversion. Danny, please mark 1 fatigue if you have not yet done so.
Alright.
The 5 is now a 6. Gus, can you reasonably get this to a 7? Please tell us what you intend.
So my convoluted idea to help was that I see Lynn's initial movement, and with my being older than everyone, I understand the subtleties of bending and see, okay, they're trying to bend. Got it. Then I see Akifumi respond with another movement going, okay, they're helping. And then I realize, well, these masks are made out of clay. There's a lot of water in clay. I think I can help them by pretending to sneeze to hide my hands better, to help pull the moisture out of the clay to make it more slippery so it falls off better. And then Amuk sneezes very loudly like a 5th grade English teacher.
Yeah.
So you're pulling the moisture to the surface of the clay,
Yes.
so that what moisture is there will help essentially
Slide it
lubricate or
off.
slide it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not expect that at all. Please mark fatigue, Amuk. I think fictionally these are all appropriate, creative responses. I want to reward that. This is stunning, y'all. What a hive mind we have here.
I just like the idea of it being like,
Everyone's This is when you know what the team is made of. It's that sort of chain of events.
Fumbling
jazz,
our way to
baby, it's
victory.
jazz, everyone gets it.
So Lynn's never look with passion again. Just so we're all on the same page.
Noted. So Lynn, can you describe for us? Well, actually, you've already given us kind of. We've all had so many layers to this. So sorry. I will simply say that the mask does slide off and fall to the ground, and it breaks upon impact with the cold, hard floor.
That's the complication.
You are looking at the back of the head of this gentleman who has gasped and brought his hands to cover his face. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I hope I haven't burdened anyone. I hope you didn't see me, facilitator. Only respect to you and this fine operation. And the usher quickly comes beside them, again putting a gentle hand on their shoulder, and guides them out of the room into a dark, far corner, and they fade out of sight.
He was so excited.
We don't have to give him money anymore. Let's be happy.
In short order, the rest of the folks who are waiting in line in the rain come in. They shake off their umbrellas that are not made of stone, and they sit down in these lavish chairs. And when everyone is settled in, the speaker continues. I'm delighted by your company tonight. I understand that there are people here who have an interest not merely in seeing these items, but in buying them. This intrigues me greatly, and we can discuss this at the end of the evening. But first, let us take a look at these fine treasures. And that is all for this week.
Oh,
Please tell me your
I
feelings.
really thought,
heist.
Please tell
I
me.
really
Heist.
thought you were going to say, but
Heist.
first,
Heist.
let us pray. I was like, man, we just stumbled our way into a Catholic
When
church.
that guy...
Oh my gosh.
When that guy said, I hear there's interest people buying them, Lynn shot the dirtiest look at Mook. I mean, girl. I don't think we're supposed to be buying
It's gonna
these.
be
I'm
all
just
of
gonna be
our
honest with
money.
everybody.
I didn't
That's
say
for
we
30
would hand the
handfuls.
money over. I'm just saying money talks. Yuan's.
Yeah. That's
I
on a
lost it.
t-shirt.
And we walk away with the thing anyway.
Yes.
Oh.
Well. What a wonderful time. I enjoyed this. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope our listeners, folks watching on Twitch, enjoyed this. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, I mean, I did not. I know Justin always said this in the Flying Bison, but now I relate, and I hope to only say this a few times across our series. But I am so amazed at where things go, and I am struck by the true inability to prepare for these things.
Hell yeah.
I will continue to do my best. Let's see. Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. If you haven't done so yet, please hit that follow button on Twitch or wherever you're listening to us in your podcatcher. If you haven't yet, I promise it only gets juicier from here. Yeah, I'll have some stuff up my sleeve for next week. I have a week to prepare, so who knows what will happen next. But knowing these players from 2 sessions, I think we will play to find out. See you next week. Bye.
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 We're stealing that boomerang. That's what's gonna happen, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
We are on the ending screen on Twitch. No one can hear us. I'm going to